While Washington, D.C. continues to wag its finger at Wall Street, it has not done anything to regulate mortgage giants Fannie and Freddie, who many say are to blame for the mortgage crisis, one of the pillars of that. So what gives? Joining us right now, Georgia Senator Johnny Isakson and Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders. Guys, thank you very much for joining us.
Good to be with you.
Senator Isakson, let's start with you. I know you've been in the real estate business for decades. You would like to deal with Fannie and Freddie right now. Why?
Well, very simply this. I'm for transparency on all the agencies that may have been a part of it, but Freddie and Fannie acted at the direction of the Congress of the United States. And now for the Congress to say, we don't think we have the time to audit them, I think that's a little bit suspicious. We need to get to the root of the problem, and I think when we get there, we'll find Freddie and Fannie are a significant portion of it.
Okay. Senator Sanders, I'm sure you would agree that Fannie and Freddie were part of the root of the problem. Why not deal with them right now?
Because this is a Wall Street reform bill. It has to be dealt with, but I think it is appropriate that we deal with it thoroughly and comprehensively, but not right now. The other point is that we have to deal with issues like too big to fail and understand that unless we begin to break up huge financial institutions, 4 of which control over 50% of the assets of the United States, that unless we get a handle on that, you know what, we're going to be bailing out Wall Street again.
Okay. Senator Isakson, you think it's a good idea for the breakup of those 4 big companies that he's talking about?
I think it's a good idea to do exactly what he said, because Freddie and Fannie, as you know, raised their capital in large measure through securitized markets on Wall Street. And the reason Wall Street failed and subprime securities failed was in part because of the coordination with Freddie and Fannie. So to say you want to leave them out because you want to look at Wall Street is just not the way to look at it. They were a significant part of what Wall Street did that went wrong.
No, but I think the issue is, and I think most Americans would agree, that when you have 4 financial institutions owning over $7 trillion in assets in this country, over 50% of the GDP, that unless you get a handle on that, unless you start breaking them up right now, that when they begin to teeter in the future, you know what's going to happen? They're going to bring down half of the economy, and you are going to have to bail them out.
Yeah. Senator Isakson?
But of those trillions of dollars of assets, many of them are subprime mortgage-backed securities and derivatives that failed, that started the collapse of those Wall Street entities. So you can't take Freddie and Fannie and housing out of the equation.
No, I don't think you can. I don't think you can. I think you're right, and I think they have to be dealt with, but I think they have to be dealt with in a comprehensive way. The other issue that I would raise, and I don't know if Senator Isakson hears these calls, people in Vermont are outraged that they're paying 25 or 30% interest rates on their credit cards.
Yeah.
And if we're serious about consumer reform, we got to deal with that.
Okay, we're going to have to end it right there. Senator Sanders, Senator Isakson, please do something about Fannie and Freddie, if not now, soon. Guys, thank you.
Now.
Thank you.
All right. Coming up next, desperate housewife star Marsha